Hi, guys, here with an encouraging word from the Lord as we enter into the new year 2025. Um, God is highlighting the word reminisce and remembrance. Okay, so God has been speaking to me about this over the last few days, and it started with a word that he led me to listen to, and it was a prophetess, and she began to describe um or she began to go over a song that God had placed before her, and it was a song by Mary J. Blige called Reminisce. And then the song is like, reminisce on the love we had. Okay, and as she's speaking this, I'm already looking at the word reminisce on my phone, okay? Because I'm scrolling as I'm listening to the word. And so I get to this picture of, I think it was Remy Ma, right? And her daughter name is Reminisce. And so she had a picture with her baby girl, but then the title of the photo was just the baby's name, and it was Reminisce. And it was highlighted to me by God. And so I was stuck on the word, and I just kept saying reminisce, reminisce. And I was like, oh, that's pretty. And then as I'm saying reminisce, the prophetess began to speak of the song by Mary J. Blige and how, you know, the spouses are reminiscing. Okay. And so God pressed in with me, and he confirmed this, and just some things and signs that he showed me after watching the word. Immediately after watching that word, a live popped up. Okay. And so I'm like, okay, a live just pops up out of nowhere, and it's Sunray. Okay, it's a Sunray. You might be familiar with her platform, but she did a teaching on remembrance and reminiscing. Um, and I was just like, wow, God, okay, you're speaking so loudly. And so he just began to show me things. And so basically, your spouse is reminiscing. Your spouse is remembering the old times. He's remembering, or she's remembering the past, the good times, the times that you guys had together. They're looking back on old messages, text messages, videos, voice memos, and they're reminiscing, right? They're reminiscing on the love that you two had and that you two shared, and they want it back. They're realizing that you are their person, and that you are and were in their corner all along, and they were deceived. So really, God was showing me that this is a time where he's stirring up their spirits. He's bringing things back to their memory through dreams and visions. Even they are dreaming of you, right? And all the good times. And also God is giving them new visions and new dreams of the future. um, this is causing them to desire you. Okay, God has shown me that in a number in the Strong's Concordance in a couple different numbers. Okay, I don't have it before me right now to go over the numbers, but they both meant to long and desire something. So this is causing your person to want to connect with you. They want to reach out. They long for that love and that happiness again with you. Okay, and so on the flip side, God is remembering you as well. So you're just being remembered in this time altogether. Okay. So not only is your spouse remembering you, but God is remembering you. God is um, remembering the promises that He gave you. Okay. And God is remembering the times where He gave you a word and you stood on it and you were faithful and you believed. God is bringing back those old prophecies, okay? Those old things that He promised you. He's bringing that back now because now is the appointed time. So many of us have been on this journey for years, okay? Some of us 2 years, 3 years. God is highlighting that, and many of us were, um, 2 years ago, God was showing us. We didn't know it would take 2 years, right? Or 3 years, but we just knew of the promise and we stood on it. And so God is really saying that those words you heard 2 years ago, okay, He's showing me 2 years. So something from 2 years is being fulfilled now. It's the appointed time for whatever was promised to you 2 years ago. Okay, this could be kingdom marriage, this could be anything, this could be business or whatever He's promised you 2 years ago. It's coming back now because now is the appointed time. So those prophecies that you heard 2 years ago, now is the time. Okay, now you might see these coming back. So videos that God led you to 2 years ago about you being married or you reuniting with your spouse, you might see them resurfacing now. Okay, and you're like, I already watched this, or this is from 2 years ago. God is saying that He's remembering you, that the promises are being fulfilled. It is a time of fulfillment. And so God gave me some scripture. So the first one is 1 Samuel 1:19. And it says, they rose early in the morning and worshiped before the Lord. Then they went back to their house at Ramah, and Elkanah knew Hannah, his wife, and the Lord remembered her. God is remembering you, okay? And whatever was promised to you 2 years ago is coming to pass now, okay? And God also, to confirm this, showed me a couple other scriptures, okay? And so the next one is 2 Chronicles 6:4, where Solomon is speaking. He says, and he said, blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, who with his hand has fulfilled what he promised with his mouth to David, my father. Again, whatever God has promised you 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it's coming to pass now. Okay, this should be a confirmation to you. The third scripture is 2 Chronicles 6:10. Now the Lord has fulfilled his promise that he made, for I have risen in the place of David my father and sit on the throne of Israel as the Lord promised. God is bringing it all back now because it is the time of fulfillment. Especially in your marriage promise, this is the reason God is, bringing this to the forefront of your spouse's mind, is because it is time. God is stirring up their spirits. It is time for them to reach out. It is time for you guys to reunite and connect. So congratulations if this is your word on the fulfillment of what God has already promised you. God bless you.